Hey all, this is a little vid about my 2007 Toyota Tundra transfer case shift actuator motor. There's a lot of great videos out there about this very situation, and this is just sort of an addendum to what everybody else has put out there. I just spent countless hours of trying to deal with this thing, and I just got a few pointers, a few tricks of things that weren't included in other people's things. Maybe this will help somebody. As everyone has said, this is the whole transfer case shift actuator mechanism. Most of the time, like on mine, this motor is dead. I do robotics and some electrical engineering. I pulled this whole thing apart like another video had showed, tested it, and this motor is gone. So anybody out there needs to make a quick buck in a way, and a good business is go to junkyards or whatever and pull these units, or just try to find this motor but pull these motors out, because the only way I found I could deal with this is to buy this whole system for $500. Everything else in this thing is fine except for this motor is dead. And for me, the easiest thing was to do is this is the old one. This is the bottom one. I didn't put it in. This is the low drive one. Just using it as reference, but I pulled the top one out, installed it. But these are the things that I learned. I just wanted to let folks know about the actual setting. When everyone is saying to set your timing, set this thing up before you put it in. This lining up within here, like they show, this whole lining that stuff up, that is the final that is the position that this thing wants to end up in when it is in two-wheel drive. But in actuality, as you see, this thing is spring-loaded. See how that thing, it needs to be under tension. So even though you line this thing up, when you turn your key on, you won't hear anything. But when you install it forward. See how the little switch is? I put it in. Again, this is the old one. The new one is in, and I wasn't going to freaking pull it out after I've just taken it in and out about 30 times. This little switch in here, if you have it about into this location, when you put this thing back in, push your rod all the way in, get it in, but in this position. And the thing is when after it's all in, I suggest only putting 2 screws in, hook all your wires up, because you may have to pull this thing out again. But when you turn your key on, you will hear this motor kick in to find home. And what it does is it turns it a little bit more, and it puts this thing under tension. You'll hear it go, and then that's the sound you want to hear. If you don't hear that sound, that means it thinks it's already in, and this thing will not be under any kind of tension pushing that rod. And when you try to shift it into high, 4-wheel high, it'll just flash lights. It won't go there. But the secret is that once you put this thing in and you turn that key on, you'll hear that little motor do that last little oomph, and it'll put this thing under load. And that's the proper timing. The other trick I learned is putting these things in and keeping this all together. There's a couple of guys out there that had some great ideas. They use dental floss, but I'm going to show you a little something here that I did, and it helps. Rubber band. If you come around this side, you wrap that band around, you come under like so, and you hook it under this tube here. And that holds this guy good. And then once you get it in, you pop that band, and it'll fit right on into there. That saved me unbelievable amount of headache. All right. Hope this helped someone struggling like I was. Have a good one.